Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about the story of Naruto's fantasy and Hinata's smile. It's the first episode of our video. So if you like the video, please like, share the video and subscribe to our channel. So here we go.
I don't know how you get yourself into these situations. Hinata's lips twitched briefly, like the fluttering of a butterfly's wings. Then she abruptly straightened up and turned her head to the side. She was doing that thing again. Naruto noticed. She thought he didn't notice for whatever reason, but he did. He always did. She was doing that thing where she politely covered her mouth with her fist and turned away to hide a smile. At first, Naruto thought that maybe it was just something that a lot of girls did. But his other academy classmates, Sakura-chan and Ino, they never hid their smiles like that. They had what some mean old ladies called uncouth laughs. He'd asked what they meant, and they'd only snarled at him and shooed him away. Typical. He had to fill in the blanks like always. So he supposed that laughing with your mouth open meant you were uncouth, whatever that meant. It sounded bad. Maybe those old ladies were just jealous because they didn't have any teeth. All he did know was that Iruka-sensei kept pairing him with Hinata on class assignments lately. He said that things were less disruptive that way, and she always did that super polite cough laugh whenever he said something funny. Only a super polite cough laugh. Naruto wanted to see Hinata's open-mouthed laugh, damn it. He was sure she had nice teeth. She didn't have to hide them like she had cavities or something. That was how he began getting himself into these situations. He'd gotten more and more audacious each time, trying to get a glimpse of her open-mouthed laugh. Covering the chalkboard with pink glitter. The whole class had burst into raucous laughter. Except her. She coughed. Doing his very best to convince his classmates that he had secret meetings with Sandaime Ji-chan. That the Hokage would make ramen the official food of Konoha. Even Iruka-sensei snorted a little at that. But Hinata just developed a sudden sneeze, claiming spring allergies. Painting Shikamaru's face with henna hennamoheji while he was sleeping made her cover her face against the table. Naruto strained his ears carefully, but he couldn't hear any telltale giggle. But this time. He was so sure that this time, he'd finally see what Hyuga Hinata's open-mouthed laugh would look like. Unfortunately, Naruto was the shortest in the class. Too short to balance a can of paint on the top of the classroom door. He huffed gloomily. A globule of bright orange paint dripped from his hair and splattered onto the floor in a gaudy puddle. Looked like he'd be unlucky today too. I don't know how you get yourself into these situations. Yeah. He didn't either. A small, rough, calloused hand tugged the paint can from his grasp. Naruto-kun, Iruka-sensei won't be back for at least an hour. He has a meeting with Mizuki-sensei. Hinata's voice was just as polite and kind as her laugh cough. Her laugh cough. Not her open-mouthed laugh. He wouldn't be seeing that today. His stomach lurched unpleasantly, and for a moment he swore that someone was there, in his belly, laughing at him. So, if you want, I can help you clean this up. She poked her fingers slightly together, then hid them in her big, bulky sleeves. But before she turned her head, he made sure to squint carefully, and was rewarded with a brief flash of white. The lurching in his stomach stopped, just a little. Really? Thanks a bunch, Hinata. You're a lifesaver. He smiled then, as brightly as he could, so that she could see every single one of his teeth. One of these days, Naruto would make sure to see Hinata's open-mouthed laugh. He would. She had amazing teeth, after all. Explain it to me again, why do we need to pretend to be married? Kakashi-sensei's eyes curved into happy half-circles. Hinata shot him a betrayed look. Hinata, it's all a part of the mission. She seriously doubted that. As I explained, there have been some death threats made against Naruto. Kakashi-sensei, wouldn't that necessitate a bodyguard, not a spouse? She willed her voice to be even, her face not to flame up. It actually worked. Hinata started at how professional she sounded. We need you to figure out who's been sending the threats. We have some suspicions regarding a group of Kiri missing nin. Kakashi-sensei, this isn't making much sense to me. I don't think I can accept this mission. Kakashi-sensei's eyes wilted. He sighed deeply, dejectedly, like something horrible had happened. Taunton oinked in agreement. Hinata missed Tsunade-sama. Very well, Hinata. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. She let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. I'll assign the rest of the Konoha 11 to act as his harem instead. Hinata blinked. Of course, I'll have to train Lee-kun to act appropriately. And Kiba. And Shino. And Ino. And Shikamaru. And Choji. And Tenten. And. Hinata blinked again. Kakashi-sensei, what the? He went on and on, about how he'd have to tell Sakura not to punch Naruto in the face, how Shikamaru shouldn't tell people that being in a harem was troublesome, how Neji should learn how behave kindly towards his friends in the harem. It was awful. So awful. It'll be annoying, of course, but I can't have anyone making death threats against my cute little student. I accept the mission. The words tumbled out of her mouth in a split second before she could stop them. This was awful. You will. Kakashi-sensei's eyes were sparkling like someone had sprinkled gold dust into them. Yes. You don't have to assign a fake harem for Naruto-kun. She was still shocked at how professional she sounded. This was awful. Kakashi-sensei beamed. Wonderful. I'll see you in Naruto tomorrow at 7 in the morning. Happy holidays. I mean, happy mission. He giggled and innocently hid his face behind his Ika book. Hinata really missed Tsunade-sama. It's sticky. Naruto wiped his hands on his orange jacket trying to dislodge the tree sap and succeeding only in ruining his clothes. And I just washed it yesterday. He scrunched up his nose in distaste. Hinata, on the other hand, hummed softly to herself, knees and elbows caked in thick mud, palms green with grass stains. Serene and unperturbed with how messy and gross this part of Konoha's forest was. Yeah, she was different. He went back to his own gardening, pushing the irksome, glue-like texture of the sap to the farthest reaches of his mind. It was odd how challenging this was, when he could easily ignore the coppery scent of blood when he was in a fight. The sun beat down mercilessly on the back of his neck and beads of sweat soaked his torso. And the sap. The stupid tree sap. It had gotten into his nails. You're such a big baby, Kurama said. The toddler who won the fourth ninja war. I am not. Naruto glared at his belly. It was a good thing that no one but Hinata was out here. They'd think he was insane. They already do. Kurama's voice was smug. By the way, you should duck. Duck. What do you? He yelped as a baseball-shaped glob of tree sap came hurtling towards him at light speed and burst in his face like a bubble. I told you to duck. He wiped the gooey sap out of his eyes, but Hinata had clearly done something to it when she threw it at him, and now his hand was glued to his cheek. Kurama guffawed. Naruto squinted at Hinata through the gap between his fingers. She was still humming to herself all innocently, like she hadn't just played a shocking prank on par with the ones he used to do when he was a kid. Naruto grabbed a fistful of mud with his free hand, taking careful aim. Hinata won. The stains wouldn't come out of his clothes for weeks. I know you're afraid, but we can't hide in this closet forever. Yes, we can. Naruto's voice was faint and muffled, barely distinguishable from the night breeze. Naruto-kun, Hinata tried to pry his face from her onsen yukata. To be honest, she really didn't want to. His body warmth was very nice in a way that Hinata had never experienced from him before. There's nothing to worry about. We can't go. He did not remove his face from her shoulder. His breath sent pleasant chills down her spine. That old lady said that the samurai ghost patrols the rooms until sunrise. It's only midnight. We can't hide in a closet for 6 hours, she said, the voice of reason. Yes, we can, said a traitorous voice of unreason in her mind. She firmly ignored this voice. I heard his armor, Hinata. It was clanking. He had a sword. He wanted to kill me. That was the wind. He wanted to kill me, Naruto repeated, finally looking up. His sky-blue eyes were glassy with unshed tears. It was cute. Hinata resisted the urge to pat his cheek. No one wants to kill you, Naruto-kun. They do too. There was Kurama. He's your friend now. And Orochimaru. He doesn't want to anymore. Besides, Captain Yamato is watching him. He's essentially under house arrest. Obito. Were they really going to run through every name on the list now? He's not here anymore. Madara. Also dead. Gaara. We had ramen with him last week. Fine, Naruto grumbled, pouting at her soulfully, apparently no longer concerned about the killer samurai stalking the rooms of the ryokan. But the point is, a bunch of people have tried to. He was being too cute. Again. Hinata resisted the urge to pat his short blonde hair. It would be hard, getting stuck in a closet with him for 6 hours. No, it wouldn't, said that unreasonable voice as he huddled close. I'll check with my Byakugan, she said, ruthlessly tamping down the traitorous part of her mind. If I don't see anything, we'll go back. Is that okay? Naruto sighed. Okay. She was almost disappointed when she scanned the area and found no trace of a samurai ghost. But she couldn't stay in a closet with him for 6 hours. Shikamaru had booked them a room for a reason.